Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Asia Gore. Our top story this half hour: President Trump has made tax reform a legislative priority. But to get it passed, he'll need a unified Republican majority in the Senate. CBS's Mola Lange has more.
President Trump is headed to Capitol Hill to have lunch with Republican senators and push his tax reform plan.
We look forward to hearing the president's perspectives on how to advance our shared agenda, particularly the upcoming debate on bringing tax relief, economic growth, and jobs to Americans.
Every GOP senator wants to see the tax code simplified and more tax cuts given to the American people. Where it gets tricky is figuring out how to pay for it. Democrats say there should be cuts for the middle class and not the wealthy.
This bill is not a middle-class bill. I believe the president believes it is. You got to read it. No more tweeting.
The president's tendency to attack lawmakers, even those in his own party, could complicate his ability to unify the Republicans to support his agenda.
His governing model is to divide and to attempt to bully and to use untruths.
President Trump attacked Senator Bob Corker on Twitter this morning, saying, "Isn't it sad that lightweight Senator Bob Corker, who couldn't get reelected in the great state of Tennessee, will now fight tax cuts plus?" Corker also responded on Twitter, same untruths from an utterly untruthful president. Hashtag alert the daycare staff.
I don't know why he lowers himself to such a low standard and debases our country in the way that he does, but he does.
Corker says he supports tax reform, but not if it adds to the deficit. Mola Lange, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Meanwhile, several members of Congress and the family of at least one service member killed in Niger are calling for transparency after the timeline for the deadly ambush changed again. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff now says U.S. troops waited an hour to call for help after an ambush by ISIS-linked militants. 4 U.S. service members were killed in that attack. Secretary of Defense James Mattis did not mention the ambush during a visit to the Philippines today, but lawmakers are demanding answers. Prosecutors opened the trial against a Florence doctor accused of overprescribing, saying that the doctor ignored the do no harm oath when he negligently caused the deaths of 2 patients. Dr. Chris Christensen is charged with 22 felonies, including negligent homicide. The original tally was over 300 charges. Prosecutors described Christensen as a doctor who gave drugs to patients without discretion, but his defense argues the doctor's compassion got him into trouble. The investigation began 3 years ago when authorities raided the Big Creek Clinic in Florence. Trial is expected to last through mid-November. A star player on the University of Montana football team faces charges from an incident in Washington. 22-year-old safety Justin Strong was arrested Saturday and charged with second-degree assault. The Pullman Police Department reports Strong's arrest stems from what police call a citizen dispute. The senior played his first 2 seasons at Oregon State before transferring to UM. It's unclear how the arrest might impact his season. The retired Butte police officer reported missing last week has been found dead. Butte police confirmed 52-year-old Tim Tracy was found dead near Homestake Lake, just east of Butte. He died from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot. Tracy served 24 years with the department before retiring last November. Tracy's department says he served with distinction. And just last Tuesday, retired Anaconda Chief Tom Blaze took his own life at a city park. Firefighters are getting a handle on the wildfire burning in the Bull Mountains south of Roundup. Muscle County DES reports the 600-acre fire is now 50% contained. The nearly 20 residents evacuated in the Johnny's Cool Road area are now allowed to return home. The Lazy R fire was first reported Sunday night. The blaze destroyed a primary residence and a hunting cabin. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. And speaking of wildfires, a group of Republican senators have drafted a bill that aims to simplify forest management to help prevent and mitigate fires. Montana Senator Steve Daines and Wyoming Senator John Barrasso joined several others in backing the Wildfire Prevention and Mitigation Act of 2017. The crux of that bill discourages litigation against the Forest Service and Bureau of Land Management. It claims it would enhance forest management to reduce the severity of wildfires. The bill would allow forest thinning and establish an arbitration process for any forest activity disputes not subject to judicial review. Its first hearing is tomorrow. The University of Montana Marching Band will perform at the Cat Grizz game this year. Due to budget cuts in the University of Montana Athletic Department, the band's trip to Bozeman for the big game looked to be in jeopardy. But thanks to the band's GoFundMe page and money raised through the UM Foundation, the trip is back on. With more than 200 donations to that GoFundMe page, the band has raised more than $13,500. The band director said it will take nearly $18,000 for the 130-member band to attend the game on November 28th. The marching band plans to continue to raise money until that point. Still ahead on the noon news, a powerful storm sweeps across the Carolinas, knocking out power and damaging buildings. Details when we come back. But first, Rob has our own weather forecast. Stay with us.
You're watching MTN News with Asia Gore, Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh, and Farm and Ranch News.